Alright.
We have liftoff.
What was this? The moon landing? Because we all know that's fake.
Well, if you ask Lindsay, it's fake.
Does Lindsay actually believe it's fake?
I don't know. I don't think she actually believes it's fake.
I was gonna say.
I just think she's memeing.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know what would be worse in this scenario.
Scenario?
Scenario. Shut up.
It's a scare and a scenario all at the same time.
It's a scary scenario. That's what
it
is.
Yeah, it is. It's scenario.
What's going on, guys? My name is Grant.
My name is Nathan.
And this is We're Not Film Majors, the only show where you get Nathan and Grant not as film majors.
Yeah.
Today marks a very special episode. Do you want to know why that is?
Because we haven't done an episode in like a month.
Yes. Do you want to know why else that is?
You finally got a girlfriend?
No. That's not even true. What? Do you want to know what else it is?
The day you finally decided to shave?
Oh my, no, that's, none of these are, no, we have video for the first time.
Oh yeah, that point. Hi, friends. Boom roasted.
Now you guys get to you get to watch me lose my mind instead of just hearing me lose my mind.
Oh yeah, it's so much better to watch live.
Alright, so.
And then you get to look at me with my 8 a.m. cap on, because I did not take a shower.
It's 5 p.m.
Yeah, this is this cap I wear for every 8 a.m. class I have.
So you don't have to shower in the morning? If we look like right in this general area, there are the viewfinders right here, and I have to keep it up because...
Why do you have to keep it up?
If one of us falls out of frame, or the lighting changes and like the autofocus does some stuff.
So, in case it like done goofs.
In case it done goofs, yeah.
Can we like hang on a minute? Hang on. Can we just
No, I have to be able to look at it.
Just like
I
that.
have to, no,
that's fine.
No, it's not.
Yes, shut up.
Here's what I'll do. I'll shrink it.
Yes, please. That's perfect.
There we go.
Thank you. All right, that's super awesome.
That's there. Now I still look at myself. This is the problem when I'm doing...
the egotism in this room is so high.
Wow. No,
I included myself in this, alright?
This happens when I record videos, too. I'll just keep looking at the
No,
viewfinder.
I know. Same. It's like when you're on FaceTime and you go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
You're just looking at yourself.
Like, why, Apple? Why?
No, you're just looking at yourself. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever looked at another person.
No, that's why I hate using FaceTime.
I didn't know FaceTime actually records their video until actually just recent. No, I'm kidding.
Like, bruh. Bruh.
I'm kidding.
Alright, we should actually get to the movie.
No, I think we're doing great.
Fine.
All right, so what did we watch this week?
We're watching Meet the Robinsons.
So I know we
love
promised.
this movie.
I know we promised you Iron Giant. This is gonna be the fourth time we've canceled on our promises.
Yep.
We're actually doing Meet the Robinsons. The reason being
an even better movie than the Iron Giant.
It's controversial.
It's a hot take, but I stand by my statement 100%.
The reason we're switching is because
turn it Netflix.
Netflix doesn't have it
anymore.
I don't know if that's an anymore or if that's just in general.
No, that was an anymore because I definitely found it on Netflix while you were out of the room.
Okay, I'll believe you. So we're going to be doing the...
Says as he's on the Netflix browser right
now. I
now.
want to double check.
Right now, okay.
I am double checking.
Okay, do so.
And I'm connecting to the internet right now.
I was going to say, do so, and then if it does somehow pop up, then we're just going to do that the next episode.
Iron Giant.
Ha.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
Although...
Seriously, some of the best cartoons have just popped up. Bolt.
No.
And Chicken Little.
Bolt is not that good.
It was really good.
Bolt's okay.
I mean, for what it was, it's pretty good.
It's fine.
And then Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Mulan.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Lilo and Stitch. Coraline! Okay, that's a movie we gotta watch sooner or later.
I don't think I've ever seen Coraline.
It's so good! Oh my goodness, it's so good. Okay.
They have the B movie.
They do have the B movie.
They have Happy Feet.
I've never seen Happy Feet.
They have Happy Feet.
Never seen it. They also have the Captain
Wait,
Underpants
what?
movie. Yeah, I've never seen Happy Feet.
They have Coco.
A great movie.
A great movie that we're tackling in 6 weeks.
If we can.
I think it's 6 weeks from now.
Okay. All right.
What else did they have here?
Cars 3.
I actually really like Cars 3.
I thought it was okay. Cars 1 was definitely the best of them, though.
They have the Goofy movie.
I have never seen the Goofy movie.
Oh, it's great.
Okay.
What else do they have? We're not actually going to talk about. We're not actually going to talk about Meet the Robinsons.
Oh hell yeah, we are.
We're just going to nerd about
Oh
cartoons.
no! We're going to talk about this movie.
They have a Pokemon movie.
The dumbest thing.
I don't recognize. Oh, this is one of the newer ones.
Yeah, it is. Leroy and Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
It says Leroy and Stitch. And
Isn't that the sequel to Lilo and Stitch?
No, there's a Lilo and Stitch 2, and then there's a Leroy and Stitch. I have no idea which one comes first.
Stitch is a glitch.
I thought that said snitch, my bro.
Is that? Oh crap!
Oh, he got the low battery.
Hold on.
Time to run.
I never think about this in advance.
Billy?
What's the movie that's like when they've caught all of the experiments?
I don't know. Is that Leroy and Stitch?
I think that might be Leroy and Stitch.
I don't know. I'm not a Disney person.
Excuse me.
Yep.
I know they're. I just got a shock in my finger.
That sucks.
Do not touch wires when you're plugging things in.
Do.
I know this is the most professional podcast you've seen so far.
Bro, it's the more you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So,
hold on. We gotta
Meet the Robinsons.
Gotta make sure we're good in the viewfinder. All right, we're good. Meet the Robinsons. All right.
Meet the Robinsons.
So, what a lot of you don't know, and that I'm going to now show you, is that I usually Google
the cast. Yeah, the IMDb.
Cast, just so that we know. All right.
The IMDb's. Okay.
So, Meet the Robinsons is a movie directed by who directed this? Stephen John Anderson.
There we are.
What are your initial thoughts
about this movie?
Yes,
this was like one of, if not my favorite animated movie like of all time.
Right. I really like it personally. When I was watching it, I remembered I used to play the Meet the Robinsons video game on the PS2.
Oh, I forgot they made one of those.
That game is either really good or very mediocre.
I was gonna say it's probably really mediocre.
But I don't remember anything about it except for like very specific details.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there was this one Pong game that you would play, and it was just like a Pong, right?
Yeah. Like
very complicated Pong. And I remember getting so frustrated once because I could not beat this level where we had a bunch of fire ants fighting me with the Pong game, and I had to get like this master glove. I became very frustrated with that.
The master, like the master hand from Smash Bros.
Genuinely, I don't remember.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it was like the Power Glove, like that old Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
That's what I got the vibe for.
Okay.
I don't know. I just remember that.
I just realized I can't like silently yawn because it's gonna pick it up on the camera.
I might cut it. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
There probably is going to be less editing done, although there hasn't really been a lot in recent episodes. Mm-hmm. But now with the video, it's going to be way more apparent.
Yeah.
Especially if you watch on YouTube.
Yeah. As I say, I don't know if I like the video as much.
Well, just saying.
No offense to any of you, but
some people like the video.
Okay.
And so
Adam West was in this movie?
Yes, he was. And I knew it. Once I heard his voice, I wrote down. Hold on, I have a note.
Oh my goodness!
Hold on.
Oh my goodness!
The exact second I figured it out. Where is it? Adam West, right there.
Adam West. Yep, it's in the show notes. There it is.
This show is dedicated to Adam West.
Rest in peace, that man.
He's a good man.
He was.
All right, so let's talk about this. So this is the story about an orphan boy who. This is wait. Oh,
well, yeah, I guess he's an orphan. But his mom didn't die, though.
He's still an orphan.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, we're going to look this up.
Look up the definition of an orphan. Wow, this is...
Definition, orphan.
Wow, this is sad.
A child whose...
parents are dead. His mom is not dead. So, that just
They're dead to him.
Lord... So he's not an orphan, but his mom put him on the doorstep of an orphanage as a baby.
Excuse me while I rip some pages out of this book.
Wow. I totally thought you were going to tear that paper in half, like straight up.
No.
Okay.
I don't know that kind
That's
of
a very
power.
precise tear.
Hold on. Show notes.
What?
I'm going to put the definition of orphan in there.
Oh. This is going to look like he's writing for like a class or something.
I mean, this is what happens when we usually record. I don't usually cut it because I think...
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright. So that's the start of the movie. His mom...
abandons him at an orphanage.
Yes.
It's very sad.
It's a very sad start to a movie, but... And then the she rings a doorbell, runs away, and then the director of the orphanage or whatever picks Lewis up and brings them inside.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice opening scene. And then it's like some years later.
Yeah, we fast forward.
How did she yeet so quickly?
Okay.
Bro, it is a dark and stormy night. She can yeet wherever she wants.
No. So what happens is that she knocks on the door, and like she knocks again, and then like a second later, Mildred like opens the door, right?
Yeah.
And then she's just nowhere. How did she?
But isn't she like shown to be like hiding like behind one of the pillars?
No.
Okay.
She just yeeted herself very, very quickly.
Okay.
And
that's
I
fine.
don't think that was realistic.
Well, whatever.
Now, is this a nitpick that doesn't matter?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a nitpick that very much doesn't matter.
But it annoyed me.
Okay, whatever.
He looks like Colin.
From Bandersnatch. I read that and I'm like, yeah, you kind of right.
So I'm gonna throw a picture of Colin Bandersnatch next to Lewis. In the description.
Lewis. I love this movie. It's so great. Me and Colitis when the sport talk happens.
So what happens is Lewis comes up with an invention that's like a perfect peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yes,
sandwich maker.
Yes, the sandwich maker.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty clever. I doubt that would ever actually work.
What do you mean?
So the way it works is that it spins it in like a circle.
Yeah, and then
look at this. This is the type of things we can do now that we have a camera.
Ooh.
We can visualize a circle.
Well, no, but like at the same time, it would be a mix of the two things. Although they would have to get like creamy peanut butter, not chunky.
I'm gonna form a graphical representation of what's gonna happen to this peanut butter boy.
Nerd.
Okay, could you hold this up right here?
I can.
Okay, so here's
What's this, Wheel of Fortune?
Yes. So here's the way it works. It has two little spouts, and they both spin and they move in a circle, right? And that's fine. Let's say this is a piece of toast, right?
This is not a graph.
Let's say that's a piece of toast. Here's what it did.
Yes, but okay, but you'd be moving that all around the toast.
No, it was just moving it in this one circle, and it very much annoyed me because all of hold on, I need another color highlighter because all of this and all of this,
well, you're
and
not
all
gonna.
of this was left unbuttered.
Well, okay, you mean on like
Peanut butter.
Okay, but like here's the deal: you don't just put that in one spot. It's like a whisk, like one of those electronic whisks. You like move it around.
That's still stupid because
It's not stupid.
Let's assume that's right. You'd still be missing the corners right there.
Well, part of that highlighter is off the.
Oh, shut
post,
up!
I hope
That's
you
not
know.
important.
It is.
My point
important.
is, I don't like the invention's a good idea. Poor execution. It also didn't work. So there's
It also didn't work and almost killed the guy.
Okay.
Because the guy that was trying to adopt Lewis had a peanut butter allergy, so
Why did they not mention that?
I don't know
Because,
because they didn't think it'd be necessary.
If I'm a director of an orphanage and I see this child going into the interview room with a peanut butter and jelly gun, because let's be honest, that's exactly what it is. It's a gun.
It's a gun. Yeah.
If I see that happen, I'm gonna make sure that person does not have a peanut allergy.
Fair point.
That's the first thing I think of.
Fair point, because that's grounds for a lawsuit. But whatever. So he's been trying to get adopted for like years and years and years, and gets nowhere.
12 of them.
12. Oh, shoot.
Almost 13 of them.
Oh,
What do
yeah,
you know?
fair point. Yeah, that's sad. And then his roommate, Goob, which I love that name.
So his roommate's a big sporty guy, right?
Baseball, yeah.
Yeah, and Lewis is more of an inventor. He's a science boy.
He's a science boy.
So we have this friend, Michael Kalidas, cool guy.
That guy's awesome.
He is very much... He was a football player in high school, and I was in the drama club. There are times where he's like, Grant, you want me to play Madden? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, you want to talk about sports? No. Good sir, that is the opposite of what I want to do in this moment. And so I felt a very strong connection with Goob and Lewis and me and Michael when they started talking about sports. I also burned myself this morning.
Did you really?
I did. I burned myself on a grilled cheese.
On a grilled cheese?
On a grilled cheese George Foreman grill this morning.
What are you, Michael Scott?
No, my fraternity was selling grilled cheese this morning, and I burned myself.
Ouch.
I boined myself.
You boined yourself. Okay. So, aside from Grant's hilarious injury...
I love Goob.
Goob's great.
He is a ball of sass, and I think it's wonderful.
That, and he's just sad.
He's a sad sack of sass.
Yeah.
He earns the S3 title.
The S3 title, yep.
So, at the adoption interview, they're asking about sports, blah, blah, blah. And peanut butter mishap.
Yep.
Peanut butter mishaps happen, and he gets big puffy, and then he has to get EpiPenned, right?
Yep.
Lewis very clearly is a smart kid.
Yes,
who has a very profound interest in science. I think these two facts are obvious.
Yes.
Would you rather, as a parent, like you used to do sports, right?
No. I mean, I played a bunch of them, but I never stuck to one of them, although I was really into science as a kid.
Okay. Long time ago, you and I both played sports.
Kind of.
At least like 4 or 5 years ago.
Kind of.
Point is, would you rather have a child who is sporty or a child who is scientific and guaranteed to have a future?
Scientific.
Me too.
If they want to do sports, that's fine. But
yeah, something against sports.
School comes first.
Yes.
So you have a string on you.
Thank you, sir.
It's on your coat now.
Personally, they were kind of disregarding him. I don't think it would be that hard for Lewis to get adopted, personally.
It's not. This dude's obviously a genius.
Yeah, just find a rich No, this is horrible.
That is horrible.
No,
but it should not be this. Also,
who
the heck? Radio Times rated this 2 out of 5? Who is the reviewer for this?
IMDb gave it a 6.9 out of 10.
Who is the reviewer for them? Okay, here's the main thing about this movie. This movie is the most underrated thing I've ever seen.
It really is.
It's so underrated, and I don't know why people don't like it.
It's pretty good, honestly.
It's really good.
Although that might just be my nostalgic ties to it. I don't know.
It could be my nostalgic ties too, but also the message it gives, it's good. Mm-hmm. The premise is funny. Mm-hmm. It's not unique per se, but it's definitely a world that hasn't been explored too often in animated movies.
Right.
In the 2000s.
It's a fun world.
It's a very fun world.
So the dude gets peanut buttered, and then Lewis is like, I'm sorry, all that. Something that I thought was weird is that you never saw any other kids in this adoption agency other than Goob and Lewis.
Oh yeah, fair point. That building is just empty. It's full of rooms and it's huge, but we don't see them.
Later in the movie, Goob mentions all the other kids leaving, so there has to be at least 1 or 2 other kids.
Oh yeah,
at least.
Oh yeah. There's got to be some way for funding to come in for that place.
There's some amount of other kids.
Yeah.
Where are they?
I have no idea. Science sport ball.
That's what I felt while the
dad was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That dad became a peanut butter violet Beauregard.
Yes, he did. That was a great reference.
So Lewis is a very scientific kid. Get this man his own room, or share it with someone who likes to stay up late. Give it with a 18-year-old orphan or something.
Because he annoys Goob so much.
There is no way that Lewis should be allowed to room with Goob.
No, definitely not.
There is no way on planet Earth.
Especially since, where are all the other kids? There's got to be one
There's
other
gotta be other
science
kids.
kid there.
There's got to be... Well, not only that, there's got to be, like, one empty room.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know how orphanages work.
Like a
there's
janitor
got to
closet?
be someone who would be willing to switch.
Under the stairs?
Yes. Or let Lewis do it in a different room.
Fair point. Designating an own room to a science. Yep.
There's like a conference room on the second floor. That's Lewis's room.
I like Lewis's room. It's just like soot is covering the windows. Inside's just writing on the wall like a madman. All right.
What's next? I'm not getting rejected anymore. That hurt me in my heart.
Ouch.
That hurt me in my heart.
Ouch.
I felt that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And then doesn't Lewis run to the roof at that point?
Yeah, he goes to
science. Oh yeah, the science fair.
So now he's at the science fair. He's built this memory scanner. It'll scan your memories, the ones that even you've forgotten, and it will play it on the
worst TV screen known to man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like seriously, you couldn't have gotten like anything higher quality. So he rushes to the science fair with this contraption in wagon. Yeah. He like bursts through the door, and apparently all the science fairs that he's done previous have all ended really poorly.
I believe it.
Like in people getting hurt and stuff.
Lewis is kind of the world's worst inventor on Earth.
He kind of is.
World's worst inventor on Earth. World's worst inventor.
Yes.
Like everything he makes blows up.
It really does. Like he should work for the U.S. military at this point.
He is literally,
because everything he makes explodes.
He is
democracy.
The only thing in the movie that we see him successfully build is the memory scanner.
Yeah. Although that memory scanner is pretty awesome, though.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, right?
Fire ant level. Don't know what that means. So...
Well, no. The fire ant farm.
So let's talk about
it.
No, I know what it means,
okay.
But I know what it means.
Fire ant level over 9,000. I don't know.
So, Wilbur, character new introduced, he left the garage door open when he was taking out the trash in his house, and his dad made a time machine. And so now a guy in a bowler hat has stolen the time machine. Bowler hat guy! He has stolen the time machine. Yeah. And they have...
He zooms.
He wants to steal Lewis's invention. Yeah. That's the short end of it.
Yeah.
So Wilbur's talking to Lewis and trying to get him to tell him if he's seen a bowler hat guy, right? Mm-hmm. So they have this exchange, and he says something along the lines of, by HQ I mean headquarters, and Lewis is like, I know what HQ means, right? Yeah. And blah, 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 that happens like one more time, another word, and then he says, leave the perp to me. And by perp, I mean, and Lewis cuts him off, I know what it means. Yeah. He's like, okay, Mr. Perp. That had me messed up for years. I had no idea what perp meant.
Perpetrator?
Yes. I know that now, but when I was like 10, when this movie, when did this movie come out? 2007?
I almost said 2008. Holy.
When I was 7, when this movie came out.
Say what was that?
When this movie came out, no idea what that meant. That literally was in my brain. I had been wondering that for literally maybe 5 years.
I hope you knew. I hope you know. I've known that word for a while.
Yeah, and I was 7.
No, I know, and I was 7 too.
This had me messed up for years. I just want to point that out.
Wow. All right. Secret Life of Grant.
The robot the bowler hat guy has this robot, right? And he's
the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hat robot.
The robot goes to take apart the machine to stop Lewis from winning the science fair, to stop it from working. He takes apart 2 screws. Yeah. I do not believe those 2 screws would have actually broken that thing.
It breaks the machine. That's so funny.
It's 2 screws in the very base of it, and then the propeller flies off. And that's the only thing that's wrong with it, really?
Well, then the propeller flies off, and then another part of the machine doesn't work. It's a chain reaction.
Right. But how did those 2 screws cause that?
I don't know. All I know is that he probably should have built that a little better.
Yeah, it's not. He's the world's worst inventor.
Yep, on Earth.
So spoiler. So bowler hat guy steals the invention.
We're cutting that.
I just said a spoiler for later, and I don't want to listen.
You're gonna cut it.
Yeah.
You have to.
So Boiler Hat Guy steals the invention. Boiler. So we have 40 minutes left.
Oh, do we? Oh boy. All right.
So Bowler Hat Guy steals the invention and wants to go pass it off as his own, so that people will invest in him, and so that he can get rich and ruin Luce's life.
Yeah.
Bad person. Let me just throw that out there. He's a bad person.
Yep.
Also, there's a part where the baking soda volcano smokes, and I found that irritating.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't smoke. Okay, in my chem lab the other day, we had like this...
We have 40 minutes.
We had this... this is important, don't worry. We had this substance,
Sure.
right? We had this substance, and we couldn't figure out what the name of it was, right?
Yeah.
And so we're looking. We call like the TA. He helps us out. We're looking. We figure it out, and the TA just looks at me and says, "Oh, I could have told you it was non-hazardous. You want to know why? Why? Because you mix it with vinegar to make a baking soda volcano." I've never been so upset in my life.
The only thing that would have been better is if he dipped his pinky in it and like ate it a little bit. That would have been funny.
So, side tangent. When on the first day of class, he was like, you can call me Mr. whatever, but I don't really like it.
We haven't even gotten through like the intro of the movie yet.
On the first day of class, he was just like, hey, you call me Mr. whatever, you call me TA, I don't care, call me my first name. And I said, I'm going to call you Grandmaster Thomas.
Like Grandmaster Flash?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, no, like the Grandmaster from Marvel.
Wow, we were on 2 separate pages. Okay, whatever.
Anyway.
Grant.
I'm just reading. So Wilbur then kind of goes to Lewis and is like, hey, I'm from the future. We need to go save this thing. And Lewis is like, I don't believe you. So Wilbur chucks him off a building.
I love that part. He like straight up pushes him off the building.
Yep.
Lewis is like falling. He lands on this invisible thing, and then it uncloaks to show the time machine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's such a great part in this movie.
So then they go to the future, and
They
it's
do.
fun.
And and it's a total Walt Disney like
It's a
future of like flying
Right.
cars and people tubes and
It's like the Jetsons.
things.
It's like the Jetsons.
It basically is the Jetsons. It's a better rendered version of the Jetsons.
So then he goes to Wilbur's family's house, gets him in the garage.
They got a mansion, bro.
They
like,
do. Well, I mean, his dad's rich.
Yeah, because he basically made everything.
Yeah. They get in the garage and start working on stuff. Wilbur has to go somewhere for a quick minute, and so Lewis just stumbles around, not knowing what to do. He just has to wait there. A tube sucks him up.
Well, also the fact that as soon as they get there, Wilbur's like, we cannot let anybody see that hair, and he throws a baseball cap on it.
The hair is important.
The hair is very important.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But Lewis gets sucked up, meets a couple people, gets very scared.
As he should be.
Yes.
There's like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
I love the robot.
And then he meets the grandpa, and then they're like, all right, let's go find the garage.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up the Robinson family
Dinner.
tree.
Aw. Also, you should probably said from Meet the Robinsons. Their guy.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to throw this link in the show notes.
Link it. 'Cause I kind of want to see this. It's a very, very odd family tree.
Okay.
So.
No, shut up, Pinterest. I don't want to...
You're screwed. Oh, there it is.
Nope.
You're screwed again.
I just want to look at the image. This should not be hard.
It's pretty hard. Just blow it up, yeah.
Okay, so here's the family tree.
Okay. Family tree.
Wait, how are these guys related?
What do you mean? They're... No. Uncle Joe and Grandpa Sud are brothers. He
Okay.
married her. He married her.
Got it. Okay, so we've got Uncle Joe. He's an old man. He wears his clothes backwards and draws a smiley face on the back of his bald head.
I love that guy.
And then there's Grandma Lucille, who we'll eventually find out is a world-renowned scientist, but that's a later date.
That's later.
Grandpa Joe has a brother named... Or Grandpa Sud has a brother named Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe is married Aunt Billy.
Billy, yeah.
Those people aren't important.
Yep.
He also has a brother named Uncle
Fritz.
He's married to...
What the...
He's married
with
to
the hand puppet.
He's married to a hand
Aunt
puppet.
Petunia. I love that character too. She's a total ball of sass too.
Mm-hmm. They have a son named Cousin Laszlo. He's a painter, right?
Probably.
And then they've got Cousin
Tallulah.
She's like a fashionista.
Yeah.
Oh
wait, that was the guy that was Adam West, right?
Yeah.
Uncle Art? Yeah, okay.
So their son is Cornelius. We'll get to him later. He's the inventor, father, person, all that. His wife is Aunt Franny. Or not Aunt Franny. His wife is Franny. She has two brothers. Uncle Gaston, who is the...
Smart as Gaston.
Shut up. He is the meatball rocketeer.
The meatball boy, yep.
Mm-hmm. Then there's Uncle Art, who is a pizza salesman to superhero.
Yeah. I love Uncle Art.
No one...
And then Cornelius and Franny have a son named Wilbur.
Wilbur, he's a cool dude.
Yep.
They have a butler named Lefty, who's a giant octopus, and then there's
Spike and Dimitri,
who are in the tree and inexplainable.
They're just there. They're chilling.
And they are. That is the family tree, and it's very fun. Actually, one of my big complaints about this movie is that we don't see enough of the family. I feel like
honestly,
we get big cheated.
Aside from like the dinner scene and like other scenes to come later, you are right on that one.
I feel like I want a movie with just the family,
like a side movie,
like Welcome Back to the Robinsons or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like
2019, Disney, make that happen.
It can happen. Big question: does the animation hold up?
Yes, it does.
I think it does, with like moments that look really creepy.
Well, yeah, duh. But I think it holds up pretty well.
In general, I think it does. That was something I was wondering throughout this. Every third moment, I'd be like, "Does that hold up? Maybe."
It could. I mean, it's 2007. It's not like the 80s, but
Anyway, there's a specific part where Lucille, who is the grandmother of Wilbur, is like in a dance room dancing, and Sud and Lewis are looking around their house trying to find the garage, and they come across the room, and then Sud says, "I think my wife is making cookies." He opens the door, and then Lucille is just like bopping all over the place, and he's like, "Bake those cookies, honey."
Yeah. Okay, I've watched this movie. I need to give it another watch.
Did you not watch it for the podcast?
I mean, yes, I did. I watched part of it for the podcast, but I know what happens generally.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of these movies, I know what happens generally.
I don't know why, but I find grandparents being strangely sexual very
creepy,
very uncomfortable, but also very funny.
I mean, yeah, okay, but okay. So also, they don't have the robot guy anywhere on that family tree.
There's a robot. I don't know his relation to the family. It looks like a butler, but there's
probably
the actual.
I was gonna say Cornelius probably built him.
Yeah, that robot dies.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
So he meets the family. It's a fun family, and then he goes to have dinner with their family. Right?
Oh boy.
They try and rebuild the time machine.
Yep.
Important detail: they crashed the time machine.
They did,
and they have to rebuild it.
That's a rip.
Big F in the chat right there.
Yep.
So they crash the time machine. They're trying to rebuild it. They fail the first time, so they have to go to dinner. Right? While they're at dinner, the bowler hat guy has been hard at work. He's been trying to he went to the future. There are two time machines. They have one. The bowler hat guy has the other. Right?
Yeah.
The bowler hat guy needs Lewis to rebuild the memory scanner because he broke it.
Right.
Because he's a dumbass.
Yeah, of course he is.
So he's in the future, and he's just trying to get Lewis. He's trying to abduct Lewis,
basically.
So his strategy is to take control,
enslave a T-Rex.
Hold on. His strategy is to enslave a frog and to have him abduct Lewis.
Oh yes, right. That's the thing.
First thing, Frog Sinatra.
Frog Sinatra. Yep. That took me a second. That took me a real second, but yeah.
Franny conducts a frog choir?
Yeah. Franny, one of her things is that she, controls frogs. Mm-hmm. She seems to be the biologist of the family, but...
So she conducts a frog choir.
And
the lead guy is...
Sinatra?
The lead guy is Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
That kind of style. And I kept thinking Frog Sinatra.
It's definitely... Do you have it written down in the show notes?
I do somewhere.
Okay. Because there's Adam West, This boy is a gymnast.
There we go.
Frog Sinatra. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a Robots vibe. And I can see that from the robot, although I've never seen that movie.
The art style and like the themes of Robots is vaguely reminiscent of this movie, and I've kept like being reminded of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a dinner scene. They tried to remove Lewis's cap.
I was gonna say, are we not going to explain the dinner scene in
does it need much explanation?
So yeah,
we have 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But
we're running low on time today.
Yep. Link that in the show notes.
Yeah.
Link it in the show notes.
So there's a dinner scene. They're all talking. They are trying to get Lewis to take off his hat,
right?
So that, for some reason,
I don't know.
No one really knows why. And so to get him to not, Wilbur throws a meatball at Uncle Gaston.
Yeah. And
him and his sister, Franny, they start to have a fight, and this is like anime.
This is total.
This is an anime
battle.
No.
I was gonna say this is like the Wild West. Like it's like a duel.
No,
but
this is like in Naruto. When there's like two people and they're like, I thought you were better than that.
Oh yeah.
And there's a part where he says, I will fight, and he pats his chest. You tonight.
Oh my god, it's so great. That scene is like one of the best of the movie.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
I'll try and link the
There's got to be a full scene of it. Come on.
Anime fight Meet the Robinsons.
Okay.
So not the spicy Italian
sauce.
He's just throwing meatballs at her, and she's just flopping them away she's got this. And then he shoots an Italian sausage at her.
It's like she loads this big cannon, just boom, it goes into slow mo.
And she just holds her hands out. The sausage is just
then it lands back in the guy's mouth. He smiles, and it's just the sausage.
It was really funny.
It's so great.
So I wrote down Super Mario Odyssey because while the bowler hat guy is while the bowler hat guy is doing his thing, he takes a mini hat and he puts it on people's head and it controls them. Yeah. It's like Mario Odyssey.
It basically I forgot about that feature. Yeah, you're right.
But the frog, he's like, I have little arms. I just don't know how well this plan was thought through.
No, that's a T-Rex.
They both say it.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
And so he's like, well, that didn't work. And so
that didn't work.
And so the hat comes back to him. He's like, I'm going to take a T-Rex and do this.
Yeah, they go back in time.
So he goes back in time, so he grabs a T-Rex and he brings to the future. He's like, fight. And then
fight the Robinsons.
Yep. And then there's a point where there you have a big old fight. Everybody's specific power is used.
It's so great.
The
Uncle Art.
And Billy has a lot of trains, right? And so she hits the T-Rex with a train.
Ghost train!
Uncle Art's a pizza delivery man with a spaceship, and so he fires a cheese cannon at the T-Rex.
So great. I love this movie.
Uncle Gaston fires meatballs at the T-Rex. Some of them are more productive than others, but
but they all do something.
Mm-hmm.
The gimmicks.
They have gimmicks, yes.
They all have gimmicks. So they end up knocking the hat off the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Or they do something with the T-Rex.
Mm-hmm. They knock the T-Rex. T-Rex is kind of like a chicken.
Okay, wait a minute. What happens to that T-Rex?
Yeah, that's never explained.
That's never explained. What happened? They're just gonna let loose a T-Rex onto the city?
I'm assuming they just let it go.
What is it gonna go? In the wild?
I don't know.
That's so stupid.
They've got a T-Rex. Give it to science. Give it to science.
Give it to science. Okay, alright, whatever. So
that happens.
In the ensuing fight, I think Wilbur's hat gets knocked off.
No. So
how do they find out?
What happens is Lewis is like, you guys risk your lives to save me. And they're like, but you're a special kid. We want to adopt you. And it's like, okay, you guys just met. Literally 20 seconds ago.
Fighting alongside somebody involves a bond there.
I realize that, with the husband, Cornelius.
Also, they're not exactly the most their people.
Just with the husband, Cornelius, being adopted, I can see them being more sensitive to it.
Yeah.
But they just met this kid.
Yeah, fair point.
So, and then Wilbur's like, well, it's a problem because he can't say in the future because there are reasons. And so he just knocks off the hat and really feels his hair, and they're like, oh, God, you are...
Oh, God.
You have to go back to time. It's
Yeah.
like, the first time I watched this, I thought, oh, that's not nice. He's not that ugly.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
So Lewis storms away. Why does no one catch this kid before he runs away?
I don't know.
There are like 12 of them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm counting the puppet, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. Catch this boy before he runs away.
Hey, man, he's elusive.
So Lewis just runs.
Boy, you have written...
Just hold on. There's a reason I wrote it out like it is.
Oh, okay.
So they go. Lewis storms away. Bowler hat guy's like, "Hey,
come with me.
I can take you back to see your mother." Because that's
dude's a straight up pedophile, like high key.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm not wrong, am I?
Yes, you are. So what happens is they Bowler hat guy has time machine. He wants Lewis to reveal this thing, and he says, and Lewis just wants to go back to see his mom before she abandoned him.
Yeah.
That's he says
feels.
he says he can show him her if he comes with him and fixes the time machine or the memory scanner. Yeah, so he does, and you see a brief second of his like to-do list, and in it
to-do list.
I'm just gonna enlarge this, make sure I'm showing it right. These are my notes that I took. This the second page of notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
I need to figure out. It's right there. This is written in his I don't know if autofocus is going
to do whatever. You can.
It says get that boy. That's written in his to-do list.
I love that.
I don't know why,
so
but that made me
I never
laugh.
caught on to that, but that's funny.
I saw like random squiggles, and I was like, you know what? I need to find this one. I need to go back and find that.
Yeah,
like, just to see.
Okay, whatever. Plot dump. Oh, yeah, okay, I think I know what that is.
Plot dump. So this is the exposition time.
Yeah.
The bowler hat guy is Goob in the future.
Dun, dun, dun. Like,
So
Grant didn't just spoil it twice.
I'm going to cut that. I'm going to bleep that out.
Okay.
So what happens is he overslept and like slept through a baseball game.
And then he can't live it down, and then
Yeah.
no one adopts him, and then he's living in the abandoned orphanage, which, dang, that's so sad.
And the reason he's doing that is because Lewis was up all night working on his invention, and so he just couldn't get to sleep.
And he thinks Lewis ruined his life.
He blames Lewis, yeah.
Which, really, you couldn't have just, like, moved rooms, like, moved onto one of the couches or something.
Yeah. It's like...
That's entirely your fault there, guy, but okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, he just wants revenge on Lewis. And then the hat, whose name is Doris, by the way, is an ex-experiment of Cornelius, the father. This is where we realized, too... And, you know, the hat was, like, getting out of control, so we shut her down.
Yeah.
So here's where we realized the next big plot hole. Or not big...
Plot hole. Plot point.
I misspoke.
Plot twist.
Here's where we realize the next big plot twist. Lewis is the father, Cornelius, but in the past. Dun, dun, dun!
Wow.
So, Lewis is Wilbur's father.
Yeah. Which is why the whole hair thing comes into play.
Because he has a signature haircut. Which is why he couldn't show his haircut.
And then he never changed it. Throughout all those years, he never changed it.
Which is really strange, because I go through, like, 3 haircuts a week.
I was going to say, yeah.
Like, this is the current iteration. It used to be... Listen, it used to be, like, over to the side like this.
Yep.
When it was way shorter. But I go through, like, 4 haircuts, like, a week. Like, I would not keep one for... God, how old is that man? Like, 30?
That guy's got to be, like, 40 at
40,
this point.
something like that?
Although he looks pretty...
Weird plot point, but okay.
40,
I'll believe you.
Yeah. So,
the robot and Wilbur come. They take him away. They threw a spike through the robot.
Yeah.
That was very graphic.
That was. Rest
Like,
in peace. Rip the homie.
You see him die.
Rip the homie. And then Doris has been working on a bunch of other hats.
So what happens is Goob like takes the memory scanner, goes to the past, and like pitches it to a company. They're like, "Oh, we want to buy that." You know, fair enough. he also tells them about the hat that he has, and they said, "Oh, we're going to mass produce the hat, right?"
Yeah.
Well, it turns out
Doris is evil.
Doris is evil.
Doris is
wants
evil.
to take
Doris
over
is the real antagonist of this entire thing.
So with Goob's help, Doris is able to get her blueprints out, and now she has taken over the entire world. That's why she was helping Goob.
Yeah. Then Wilbur has to try and fix things, so he goes to the Robinson house, and in a very, very creepy scene, all of the Robinson family has been like infected by the hats.
Yeah,
and it's like so dark.
It's so creepy.
It's so like the last almost last 30 minutes of the movie is just like super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's flying the time machine through, Doris and the rest of the family's chasing him, and he's got to find like the kill switch for the robots.
Yeah,
and whatnot. So, what does it say here? Back to the Future. Back to the Future. The Matrix game end.
That's a long story.
Okay. Robbie, look at ass. What was that for? That's funny.
Goob looks like Robbie Rotten. That's exactly it.
Wait, are we talking like
Robbie Rotten?
Bowler hat guy?
Bowler hat Goob looks like Robbie Rotten.
Hang on. I don't believe that for a second.
I'll leave a thing in the show notes.
I do not. Oh. No, he does not. He looks like Waluigi, though. Yep, that's it. That's really it.
Anyway, so...
Also, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, he's getting a call from Noah.
Hello, Noah Peltier. Welcome to the We Are Not Film Majors podcast. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm so sorry.
We don't know if that's happening.
I'll call you and
we'll call you later about it.
Then, because I'm bored as hell.
Fair point. But we'll call you back later after we're done with this.
Got it?
All right. Sorry to interrupt.
We'll be on our way home in like 10, 15 minutes. We're running out of time. All right, bye.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
Your phone sucks. Okay.
That was really funny.
That was extremely funny. But, okay, so... that robot got fixed. Is that the Deus Ex Machina of this movie?
I don't know. They just said the robot got fixed.
Whatever.
Anyway, so Lewis goes back in time and he's like, I'm just never going to invent you. And the hat's just like, well, fuck. Now we're not going to get invented.
The paradox. I love the paradox.
The hat just disappears.
It just
it was literally just, and I'm gone.
I love that.
All right. So then everybody's just like, hey, you fixed time. Good job. Wilbur, you're grounded. And
Wilbur, you're grounded for life.
Mm-hmm. And so he goes back to the future. So him and Wilbur are like almost ready to go off. And they meet Cornelius, the father.
Yeah.
Who is Lewis.
And where the heck was this guy the whole time?
He was on a business trip.
Oh.
Anyway.
And he wasn't infected by the hats or anything?
No,
like straight up, he just doesn't know that like everything went to hell?
The rules of time travel in this universe are fuzzy.
They're a little weird, but that's okay.
So he shows him some inventions, gives him a big promotional speech, and then Wilbur takes him to go see his mom because that's what he promised to do.
Yeah.
And even though Wilbur is really bad at acknowledging promises, he does this one.
He does.
So he takes him to go see his mother, and then
he got so close, and then he's like, "Wait,
Wilbur,
it doesn't really matter at this point."
Lewis is just like, nah, I'm content. I don't want to change things. I'm happy with the way it is. And you know what? That's a good message for this
That's
movie.
a great message.
That's a good message.
Which is why I said this message at the end of the movie is really good.
Yeah.
And then he travels back to the quote-unquote present, which is like right before the science fair.
Yep. He stops Goob from missing the ball.
Yep.
What a G.
Absolute G.
Wakes him up. Good man.
Good man.
Then
he goes to science fair. They... like with the fixed memory scanner, everyone's hiding behind like sandbags, which I find is
they have like an army bunker.
They do have an army bunker there, so I find that funny. And he calls up one of the teachers there.
No,
or the science fair director.
So there's a scientist who's there, like judging the science fair, right? That's Lucille.
I wasn't gonna say that just yet.
It's revealed in the scene.
It's revealed in the scene that it's Lucille and who who was? Didn't she already have a husband?
Yes.
At that point, yeah, she wanted to relive her marriage.
So what was going to
Yeah.
happen is after this they were going to go on their way to meet with Lewis about being adopted.
Yeah,
Which is really funny to think
it's
about.
extremely funny.
So yeah, and then
The song at the end
live
is
happily ever
so
after.
sad.
After that,
They buy the observatory
they have
at the top of the hill, which ends up being the house.
Yeah.
And they give him like the top the top observing area as his room, which kick-ass room, by the way. And then he invents all this other stuff.
There'd be way too many sunburns.
Oh, whatever.
That kid is blonde. He's getting burnt.
Whatever. But and then the ending song.
Let it go.
Oh,
Anyway.
it's so sad, but it's so great. Anyway, that's Meet the Robinsons.
That's Meet the Robinsons. The abridged version, because we have about 10 minutes before we have to leave this room. So,
I cannot express my love for this movie enough.
I think it's pretty good.
I will show this to my kids.
I'll probably show this to my kids.
Old.
Especially my adopted kids.
Yeah.
If I have adopted. No, I'm kidding.
Ouch.
So, what
10.
What 10?
10.
You give it a 10.
I will give it a 10.5 if I have to.
The top scale is 10.
Then 10.
Give it a 7.5. It's pretty good. It's not the best movie.
All right, sure.
Does that mean it's above Die Hard?
Heck yes, it's above Die Hard. For me.
Really?
Yes. Not by much, but yes. I kid you not, like, I watched this movie in New York with my mom, like, 3 times in a row. Like, straight up. I love this movie.
Okay. I'm going to put it right in between Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
It's definitely better than Bandersnatch. And with that,
We finally have different lists!
we have a different list.
Hallelujah! It took 7 movies!
It took 7 whole movies, but we finally have a list that's different.
Ooh, we should throw this... Yeah. So, my list is Die Hard, Kingsman, Scott Pilgrim, Meet the Robinsons, Black Mirror, Shaun of the Dead, Happy Gilmore.
My list is Meet the Robinsons, Die Hard, Kingsman, Scott Pilgrim, Bandersnatch, Shaun of the Dead, and Happy Gilmore. So we finally have a list that differs.
Nice.
That's awesome.
All right. We hope you guys enjoyed the podcast today. Next week we will be watching The Watchmen.
Watchmen! Yes, I love Watchmen!
Hold on. Let's just check.
It's on there.
I don't trust you.
Ouch. This whole thing is based on trust, Grant.
Is that what it is?
What do you mean?
Watch.
Wow.
I can't spell.
There it is.
Okay, we're good.
Yes, we are fine.
All right. Well, that's it.
We're going to watch The Watchmen, which
All right.
that's also a quote from the movie. So,
All right. And with that, my name is Grant.
my name is Nathan.
I hope you guys had a good time listening. If you're watching on YouTube, let us know if the video is good or if you would prefer just the standard screen that we've been doing. All right.
Peace out, nerds.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.